live from Las Vegas. This is 13 Action News. Good morning, Las Vegas.
Right now, remembering an American president. All new this morning, the funeral plans for President George H.W. Bush. A Las Vegas native remains missing in the Colorado Rockies right now. New clues coming in this morning as to where Micah Tice may have headed. Plus, Governor Brian Sandoval has a new gig right here in Las Vegas. We have more on his new role. But first, the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah officially starts tonight at sunset. Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Also known as the Festival of Lights, the holiday commemorates the victory of the Maccabees over the Syrians around 165 BC. The holiday, of course, lasts 8 nights, and each of them is marked by the lighting of a menorah. Children play with the dreidel, a 4-sided spinning top, and they traditionally receive gifts. The 2018 National Menorah Lighting at the White House takes place this afternoon. Good morning, Las Vegas. I'm Tom George.
And I am meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. We have some nice weather. A cold front moved through yesterday. Did you know that?
Why are you calling it nice? It's too cold.
Oh no, I'm in my turtleneck. I have my big coat with me.
Not about it.
You need to prep for this stuff. And
I can prep for it, doesn't mean I need to enjoy it.
All right, fine. I'm going to enjoy it. At least I will enjoy telling you about it. How's that? Here's a look at the forecast as we move through the next couple of hours together. There may be a high level cloud out there right now. 43 degrees is the current temperature. But as we move through the day, all the clouds clear out if there were any at all in your neighborhood. A lot of sunshine expected today. Noon, 53 degrees, and that's about the warmest we're going to get. Then as we move into 4 o'clock, starting to cool down already, 52 degrees at that time. Moving through the evening, clear sky tonight, we are going to cool down. 8 o'clock, 45 degrees, and the overnight hours, we are going to be at 40 degrees and the upper 30s. So as you start off your work week, the first day of school tomorrow, Monday, it's going to be a chilly one. High temperature today, 55 degrees is what you can expect. Then as we move through the next couple of days together, we dip tomorrow. 52 is the high temperature for your Monday. Then we slide back up to 55 degrees. All of these numbers below average for this time of year. We should be closer to 60 degrees and we are not. Will we ever get there? No. We will get some rain though. I'll let you know when that's going to happen coming up in your 7-day forecast a little later. Tom?
Thanks, Gina. Well, now we're getting some details from Neil Bush, the 4th son of George H.W. Bush, when it comes to his father's funeral arrangements after he passed away at the age of 94.
And there's a great plan for Thursday's funeral and for the activities around that. And the mayor is going all out to provide the security and the logistics. And we're really grateful to the city for doing everything, pulling out all the stops to recognize and celebrate this life that was so well lived.
Now, the 41st President of the United States will be brought to Washington, D.C. tomorrow before he's laid to rest in his home state of Texas. Kristen Holmes is in Houston with all the details.
Good morning. Well, we've been talking to people here on the ground in Houston, and it's really hard to find someone whose life wasn't personally impacted by former President George H.W. Bush, whether it be his time as a lawmaker in the area or just an anecdote about running into him at a grocery store. It was clear that he and his wife Barbara's impact here was enormous. And this week is going to be all about, not just for Houstonians, but really for those around the world, honoring that impact.
It will be difficult for leaders, politicians, and everyday Americans to honor the full legacy of George Herbert Walker Bush and his impact on the world. But for the next several days, they will try. The 41st president and war hero will lie in state at the United States Capitol this week, a memorial service at the National Cathedral in Washington to follow. Those in his adopted home state of Texas will also have a chance to pay their respects. A funeral at St. Martin's Episcopal Church in Houston before he's laid to rest at the George H.W. Bush Presidential Library in College Station, next to his beloved wife, Barbara.
I'm not mourning, I'm celebrating a life so beautifully well lived. It was a blessing that he did it on his own terms. He was gracious in everything he did in his life, including passing away.
The president's health had slowly faded over the years, and his family and friends were preparing for this moment. But that hasn't made the day any easier for those who knew him best.
President Bush was one of the kindest people I ever knew. You just saw that in so many different ways, the way that they related to people. I will miss that very much.
For the former Navy pilot, congressman, CIA director, special envoy, vice president, and commander-in-chief, it will be a remembrance fit for American political royalty.
And we have learned that in the final hours before he passed, George H.W. Bush was asked if he wanted to go to the hospital. He's been in and out of the hospital since his wife Barbara passed a couple of months ago. And he said no, that he was ready to go be with Barbara and be with Robin, his daughter, who died of leukemia at an early age. Reporting from Houston, I'm Kristen Holmes. Back to you.
Good that they're all reunited now, and we're all hearing George W. Bush, the 43rd president of the United States, also revealing his last words to his father in a phone call. The two, of course, hold a special bond since both served as commander-in-chief. George Jr. telling his dad he was a wonderful father, in which his father simply replied, "I love you too." And President Trump declaring the day of former President Bush's funeral a national day of mourning. All federal offices will be closed out of respect for the 41st president on Wednesday. The last time that happened was former President Gerald Ford's funeral back in 2007. Right now, it's not clear how this will impact things like the U.S. Postal Service and other government services, but we do know the New York Stock Exchange will also be closed on Wednesday. And stay with KTNV for continuing coverage of the death of former President George H.W. Bush. We'll have updates for you on air and online at ktnv.com. And back here in Nevada, services have been announced for Terrible Herbst founder Jerry Herbst. He passed away Tuesday at his home at the age of 80. A funeral service will be held Tuesday, December 4th at Christ Church Episcopal. That's only for friends and family, but a public memorial will be held Thursday, December 6th at the Terrible Herbst Employment Center. That's going to be held from noon to 6 p.m. Right now, volunteer and professional searchers are braving winter weather to search for a young Air Force cadet candidate. 20-year-old Micah Tice is originally from right here in our valley, and he disappeared a week ago. Park visitors say he was seen in the Battle Mountain area last Saturday morning. The search now covering 10 square miles in the Rocky Mountain National Park.
It's extremely critical that we continue to put forth all resources, all efforts available to us.
Micah's family definitely keeping up hope, and they're asking anyone who has been in contact with him in recent weeks to get in touch with them. They need people who are experienced hikers and who have the proper gear to hike out in the snow and the ice up there. If you can help, you can reach out to the Rocky Mountain National Park Search and Rescue Team. Well, now a breaking news update. We're waiting for Metro to release body camera footage of a deadly shooting involving one of their own. It happened yesterday morning near Bruce and Fremont. Police say one of the officers saw a reckless driver around 8 o'clock. The officer stopped the car and asked that driver to exit. That's when the man reportedly reached for something and wouldn't comply with commands. The officer first deployed his taser and then shot him. People living in the area say crime there is becoming all too common.
You know, they take everything. You gotta sit there, okay, and be calm, because they will hurt you.
It happens, and I'm just glad that I didn't see anybody get hit or maybe get caught in the crossfires.
Now, the officer involved is now on paid administrative leave, which is standard procedure in these situations. Metro usually releases their body camera footage within 48 hours of the shooting. And this was the 22nd shooting involving Metro this year. We have an interactive map on our website showing all the shootings involving Las Vegas Valley officers so far this year. You can find that on our website at ktnv.com. Well, Governor Brian Sandoval has a new job lined up. He just announced he'll be joining the faculty of the UNLV Boyd School of Law. It happened during an event at the school celebrating its 20th anniversary. Former Vice President Joe Biden also in attendance. Sandoval says he'll be joining the faculty there next year. Well, it may be a little bit cool outside, but here's something that'll warm your heart. A young man in Henderson putting on an epic holiday light display, all for a good cause. 3 years ago, Evan Leha had the idea to decorate his family's home and invite their neighbors over for the big lights reveal. Well, every year that display has gotten bigger, and so have the crowds.
Every year I say, I'm not going to do this ever again because it's just so much work. But when it's all done, when I see the people here and how much fun they're having and all the little kids, it's just, they enjoy it so much. I'm like, I can't, the feeling's just too great to miss out on it.
And he's just rocking the health outfit too there. He asked his neighbors to bring a donation of some kind, food, clothing, cash, all to help the homeless in Henderson. He says putting on the display is a lot of work, but it's worth it. Well, good morning, everyone. Well, coming up, a couple also decking their halls to the max. Crazy or brilliant? Why this house would impress Chris Kringle himself.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. We have a chilly start to what will be a chilly day. Sun officially comes up at 6:34 this morning, and we will have a lot of sunshine, but don't let it deceive you. I have your full forecast coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Yeah, that beautiful sunrise there. Well, more than 250 runners in China have been punished for cheating in a race. It happened last Sunday when a traffic camera caught them red-handed cutting through the trees during the half marathon. But it wasn't just the people who took the shortcut that were caught. Several people also used fake bib numbers. Well, hopefully no cheating in this race. Thousands of Santas running through downtown yesterday morning for the Great Santa Run. From kids to seasoned runners, the run drawing people from all over the world. Entertainers kicked off the event, including Human Nature, plus, of course, Mayor Carolyn Goodman and former Mayor Oscar making special appearances. Proceeds from the event benefit Opportunity Village.
That's awesome right there. That's pretty cool.
And good. It's feeling like Christmas outside.
And it should, yes. It's December.
It is.
It feels like Hanukkah too, doesn't it?
Well, that's because it is Hanukkah.
I know,
yes.
Happy Hanukkah. We have a nice forecast in store for the next couple of days, and then if you are in the mood for rain, oh, I've got your forecast too. Okay, so here we go. Here's a beautiful look outside right now. It's from the Mandalay Bay camera and the Valley View camera. Sun officially comes up at 6:34 this morning. Look how gorgeous this is. There may be a high-level cloud out there. If there is, it'll clear out as we move through the morning, and then we will have a sunny day today, a beautiful day in store for your Sunday. Here's a look at the weather timeline from noon and beyond. 53 degrees expected at noon, and there will be a wind, a breeze out of the north at about 10 miles per hour. So it's going to feel cool today. 53 degrees also sticking around for 1 o'clock. As we move into 2 o'clock, 54 degrees, same deal at 3 o'clock. We are topping off the day in the mid-50s. We should be in the upper 50s for high temperatures this time of year, so it will be a cool day today according to records. All right, here's a look at Aliante, expecting 55 for a high temperature. Again, with that wind out of the north, it'll make it feel a little cooler. We could feel a wind gust up to about 15 miles per hour. Not that big of a deal. It's just going to be cool coming from the north. Nellis Air Force Base, 54 degrees for a high temperature today. Same thing for North Las Vegas with a lot of sunshine. And again, that nice breeze or brief wind out of the north. 53 degrees for Spring Valley, Mountains Edge, 54 degrees. Rhodes Ranch, high temperature today, 52. And if you think today's cool, just wait for tomorrow. Numbers tomorrow will be a little bit cooler than this. High temperature for Anthem today, 56 degrees. Southern Highlands, same thing. Moving over to Lake Mead, 58 degrees for a high temperature there today. Again, with that wind coming out of the north. Boulder City, 56 degrees, maybe a cloud or two, most likely not. 56 degrees for a high temperature today in Henderson. Here's a look at our 7-day planner, and it shows some big changes happening. As we move through the day today, again, cool wind, decent amount of sunshine. Lots of sunshine, really. Moving into Monday and Tuesday, same story. Then by Wednesday, we have more clouds moving in, thicker clouds. These clouds mean business. We will see some rain in the valley on Thursday. We will have mountain snow on Thursday as well. High temperature barely making it to 50 degrees with this storm moving through. And it is a slow moving storm. So it's going to start probably Wednesday night, bringing the majority of the wet weather on Thursday, slowly clearing out on Friday. We're going to have clouds stick around there. Then by Saturday, more sunshine is expected with a high temperature of 56 degrees. But check out the lows here. In the 30s for the next couple of nights, barely getting to 40 as we head into midweek. Tom?
Well, new video shows the serious damage a tornado did to parts of eastern Oklahoma. Just look at all the boats, slips, and other buildings that were damaged by that tornado. The National Weather Service says the twister touched down Friday night near the town of Cookson. Luckily, no reports of any deaths caused by that tornado. Officials say dozens of homes and other structures were destroyed. All right, well, sad day for our news producer, Teresa, back there. That's because Nick Jonas, officially off the market. Jonas and Priyanka Chopra now officially married after a 4-month engagement. Vogue magazine reported that a Christian ceremony yesterday was officiated by Jonas's father, and a Hindu ceremony will be taking place today. And check this out. Here's a look at some of the pictures from Instagram. According to Chopra, her relationship with Jonas began when he slid her a DM on Twitter in 2016, but the actress didn't actually meet him face-to-face until 2017 when Jonas approached her at a party, got down on one knee and said, "You're real? Where have you been my whole life?" What a love story there. Well, trending now, a home that would impress even Saint Nick. To say that this couple loves Christmas would be an understatement. The whole house decked out with colorful fairy lights, gingerbread, and life-size Santas. And all they have more than 2,700 pieces of Christmas swag. Even the summer there is about Christmas. That's because that's when the couple does all their holiday craft work, and they clean up to make sure their decorations are shining bright. And during the holidays, they open their home to visitors. The adults get mulled wine and the kids get some hot cocoa. Sounds like a good time. Well, a blind Salvation Army bell ringer is bringing joy to shoppers by using his vocal cords instead of a bell. Pooja Lodia has the story.
All right, you ready for me? Yep. You know Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen.
Amid the sounds of traffic jams and shopping carts, you'll probably hear him before you see him.
It's a gift from God. That's what it is.
Bill Johnson is a Salvation Army bell ringer, but he doesn't ring a bell.
Well, I'm supposed to be slinging a bell, but I'm slinging my voice. Oh, that Santa's on his way.
10 years ago, a wreck left Bill blind in both eyes and barely able to walk. He needed help.
Actually, I found myself at one point homeless, and the Salvation Army has been a strong arm for me. And I said if I ever gotten a better opportunity, I'd do my best to go back and volunteer as well.
After years of volunteering, Bill figured, why not start singing too? He had never done it before, but some kinds of talent just come naturally.
Recently started singing in the shower, well, about a year or so singing in the shower, and just blowed out to this. I can't say I'm ready for an album or anything, but making some people happy. Hey love, Merry Christmas.
Bill doesn't take requests, and he only sings one genre of music, but he knows what his fans like.
Sweetheart, you can talk to me anytime. Merry Christmas. I got one lady, I don't know her name, saved my life, but I hear her voice and I know who she is. She says, I'm here again just to hear you sing, and she comes out religiously almost every day. Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
It turns out you don't have to see to feel.
You'll go down in history.
Great voice. I have a feeling he will get that album sometime soon. Well, straight ahead, Darcy Spears meets some fans of Dirty Dining, but this week it's their restaurant that's under the microscope. You're watching Good Morning Las Vegas. We'll be right back on your Sunday morning. Look at that sunrise there. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, how about a health food restaurant that's not fully protecting public health? Don't dine until Darcy Spears drops a dime on Dirty Dining.
Definitely, you guys are doing an amazing job actually by bringing out this information out.
Tino Gomez knew what was up the moment we walked in the door at Juicy Beats on Paradise and Twain.
I actually see you guys all the time.
So you've seen Dirty Dining, you know what it's all about.
Exactly. And so I'm not embarrassed to be part of it. I mean, it's just something that it happens, you know. And so I think that is definitely a great way to learn.
Gomez co-owns the vegan restaurant that's been operating with a 39 demerit C grade since its November 13th inspection. He says he counts on my reports as an owner and an eater.
Because this is what kind of keeps a certain standard out there, especially in the restaurants, and as a patron as well, you feel a little more comfy actually dining in a place that it's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
He and his partner have only been in the restaurant business for about 5 months.
I wish there was like a manual that you can go through, which would be super simple, you know, but it's not. You know, those are the mistakes that we make when we just open up a restaurant, and so those are completely, you know, honest mistakes that we did, and so like we learned a lot from it. Obviously, that was an amazing wake-up call, and so now it's just things to implement, you know.
Things like better hand washing and food storage procedures after inspectors found tofu, rice, and quinoa at unsafe temperatures, a pan making direct contact with condiments, and a spoon handle lying in the guacamole.
They said that there was food that was expired or held past its 7-day shelf life, and they listed a number of things, including pho broth, pub fire soy-based filling, roasted garlic cloves, rice that was more than 2 weeks old.
Yeah, actually, that was some of the stuff that were left inside the walk-in behind other containers. It wasn't anything that was actually served to the customers or anything like that.
Inspectors also found dirty floors, walls, and ceilings, and heavy mold in the ice machine making direct contact with the ice.
They were super helpful with us. They told us a lot of amazing pointers a lot of things that that we could definitely improve on.
Gomez attributes many of Juicy Beet's violations to training a new staff. Inspectors found a cart of glasses and dishes stored under the fly zapper, 2 employees' cell phones on the prep table, and a pair of sunglasses stored on a clean dish rack.
Juicy Beets has its reinspection scheduled for December 3rd when they expect to get their A grade back. Darcy Spears, 13 Action News.
Darcy just has fans all over the valley. Thanks, Darcy. Well, good morning, Las Vegas. Still ahead this morning. What's in your Christmas tree? The answer might surprise you. What experts say you should do before you decorate. And it's the winter event many people have been waiting for. The Victoria's Secret fashion show is on tonight, and we've got a preview for you. We'll be right back.
Now, live from Las Vegas, this is 13 Action News. Good morning, Las Vegas.
Right now, Vice President Mike Pence is in Mexico amid rising tensions along the border. 13 Action News unveiling the latest technology that could keep your kids safe in the classroom. We'll show you how it works. Plus, buy a beer, help a family. Sounds good, right? That's the plan one local brewery has to assist victims of those deadly wildfires in California. Good morning, Las Vegas. I'm Tom George. But first, we want to kick things off with 13 First Alert meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. It's a chilly start to Hanukkah.
It is, and it's a beautiful start too. Take a look outside here. Valley View camera, lots of beautiful colors showing up here at the sunrise. Sun officially comes up in about 4 minutes. Mandalay Bay camera, same thing. Beautiful colors this morning. Maybe a high cloud or 2. As we move through the day, all the clouds will be gone if you see one at all, and lots of sunshine. Here's what we are reporting right now in Las Vegas and Summerlin and even Boulder City. A high cloud, and that's it. Temperatures at this hour in the upper 30s for Sunrise Manor. Everyone else basically hovering around 40 degrees. So yes, it is a cool start to which will be a sunny and cool day. There will be a breeze out there today coming from the north. That's why it's going to feel cool and will be cool. I have complete details on today's forecast and the big storm that's approaching Las Vegas. I'll let you know when it'll get here, coming up a little later. Tom?
Sounds good. Thanks, Gina. Well, happening around the world, Vice President Mike Pence is in Mexico City ahead of the inauguration of Mexico's new president. The visit comes amid rising tensions along our border as thousands of Central American migrants are camped out in Tijuana seeking asylum here in the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen also in Mexico, and the vice president says she'll stay to talk with the new administration there about the situation at the border. Meantime, the city of Tijuana announcing it has closed down a shelter that once held about 6,000 of those Central American migrants. City officials there say all those migrants are being moved from the sports complex over to a former concert venue that's further away from the border. In a statement, the city says that shelter was closed down because of bad sanitary conditions. Mud, lice, and respiratory infections were common. The situation there has been called a humanitarian crisis. Well, Michelle Obama's memoir, Becoming, has become the best-selling book of 2018 here in the U.S. It surpassed Michael Wolff's Fire and Fury and others. Bookscan shows more than 1.1 million hardcover copies of the former First Lady's memoir have been sold since its November 13th release date. The publisher also has a deal to publish former President Barack Obama's post-presidential memoir. Well, a Henderson brewery working to raise money for the victims of the Northern California wildfire as part of a nationwide campaign. This week, Bad Beat Brewing began making the Resilience IPA with 100% of the proceeds going to the Camp Fire Relief Fund. The beer is the brainchild of Sierra Nevada Brewing, which is headquartered just miles away from the badly damaged communities outside of Chico. More than 1,000 breweries nationwide have stepped up to that company's challenge to brew the fundraising beer.
To be in this industry and then have someone in this industry reach out to try something, like there was not even a second thought about whether it was going to be yes or no.
Now you have to wait a little bit. The beer won't be available to customers until late this month. But at that point, the money should start pouring into that relief fund. Well, a school in Indiana going above and beyond to help its students. First, they started a food pantry, then created a clothing bank to help students and families in need. Well, now a new addition. The school wants to buy an industrial washer and dryer so students can have a laundry service.
Some of our kids wear the exact same clothes every day, and you can see them. They get dirtier and dirtier. They obviously would have a smell to them as well, so we thought, what a better way to help them out than to clean them here for them.
Now, school leaders say this isn't just about cleanliness, but helping students feel confident in their appearance. The community is already stepping up to raise those funds to help. Well, school leaders from all over the country were right here in Las Vegas this week to talk about ways to keep our students safe. One of the main focuses of the conference, preventing campus shootings. The next generation of security cameras could do just that. This video showing just how it works is unbelievable. Take a look at this. It was all demonstrated at the National School Safety Conference at Circus Circus. 13 Action News reporter Alicia Patillo explains how the technology works.
What can happen is after the alarm goes off, someone sees it, a policeman can voice in to the actual system and actually talk to the person that has the gun out and hopefully stop them from doing anything.
Chris Chabera and his partner want to take action against mass shootings, so they invented Athena, an artificial intelligence security camera. The camera is set to take action on crimes such as robberies or school shootings, a new approach to help save lives and protect our youth. In this video, you can see the new alarm system will detect guns, aggressive actions, and live stream video to police, alerting law enforcement in real time. Chris showed us how it would look.
And as soon as you pull out that weapon, you'll see the camera feed will actually take it and analyze each frame, and then it finds the object in that frame, which is a gun, and then it sets the alarm off. So you'll see the actual circle around the gun.
Alicia Patillo, 13 Action News.
All right, well, happening today, time for the Victoria's Secret Angels to hit the runway, the world's biggest fashion event, returning to New York after spending some time overseas. This is some behind-the-scenes footage and a backstage look at the making of the popular show. There are more than 60 of the world's top models. A couple of them talked about their excitement for this year's show.
A lot of the viewers and watchers are young women, so just to see different representations of beauty on a grand platform is Victoria's Secret. We have different ethnicities, everything that Victoria's Secret is about, which is a celebration of women and our hard work.
And besides the fashion, there will also be performances from several musicians, including the Chainsmokers, Halsey, and Shawn Mendes. The Victoria's Secret Fashion Show is on tonight at 10 p.m. right here on ABC. Well, now from Contact 13, this could be a deciding factor in the debate between real trees or fake Christmas trees. Iowa State researchers say up to 25,000 insects could be on your real tree. Your home's temperature is actually the perfect place for eggs to hatch. Researchers say the bugs are harmless and very small. You can check for eggs before you take it home and leave it in the garage for a few days so they can hatch outside. And if you're planning on having a real Christmas tree in your house this year, fire officials also reminding you it could be a fire hazard. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue posting these tips to their Facebook. First, make sure you pick a tree with fresh needles that don't fall off. Second, place that tree at least 3 feet away from any heat source. And be sure to add water daily. And always be sure to turn off the lights before leaving home or going to bed. Well, rats continue to move into our valley as temperatures get cooler and winter approaches. A Las Vegas pest control company says the number of rat calls are already on the rise. One valley woman living near Twain and Arville says she feels like she's living in a rat war zone.
Oh my God, they're crawling on the kitchen table.
Pretty gross. Debbie Riley says the rats have chewed up power cords and even the plastic bottle cap on her olive oil was not off. Debbie has notified her landlord in writing about that rat problem, which is exactly what renters should do. In Nevada, landlords have up to 14 days to address the problem or try and make their reasonable best effort once they get notified of the problem in writing. Good morning, everyone. Well, Las Vegas isn't the only sinful city in America. Yes, of course, we are #1, but the other cities that made the list could surprise you.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. We have a beautiful day in store for today, a whole lot of sunshine as you can see, and it will be chilly, even cooler tomorrow. Then we have a storm on the way. There's a whole lot to talk about weather-wise. I've got all the details coming up after the break. Christmas is not the only holiday coming up. The first night of Hanukkah is today, and to celebrate, a group in New Jersey is attempting to break the world record for the most dreidels spinning simultaneously. The current world record is 965 dreidels. That was set back in 2017, not that long ago. Yesterday, more than 1,300 children and staff spun dreidels, but it still has to be officially verified. Listen to the screaming. They are excited. Oh, wave it out, kids.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yes, I don't see them spinning, though. Look, they stopped spinning for screaming.
I think they just got so they caught up screaming that they forgot about the game, because there's a game attached to it too. Yeah.
Dreidel.
I forget the rules
I made
of the
it
game,
out of
but
play.
we have the dreidel team coming here at 8 o'clock, so we'll be able to they'll answer all of our questions then. So
Amazing what
more you
Hanukkah
know.
does for us.
Absolutely. Well, you all know Las Vegas's famous nickname, of course, Sin City, and it seems that nickname isn't going away anytime soon, right? That's what we're known for. A new study ranking the most wicked places in America has Las Vegas, no surprise, at the top. That's according to Wallet Hub. Surprisingly, though, the City of Angels actually number 2. North Las Vegas also made the list as well at number 14. And believe it or not, so did Henderson at number 24.
Jeez Louise.
The study looked at metrics under the 7 deadly sins. For example, Las Vegas ranked number 1 in most adult entertainment establishments and most tanning salons per capita.
Do we still tan? Is that a thing we do?
I don't know. I don't.
I don't
I'm pasty as anything, so I can't tan. But I was surprised Henderson was on the list. You know.
Henderson has people.
There's sins in the suburbs too. Yeah, a lot of people.
For sure.
Yeah, who knows? All right. Well, we're just a few months away from the Super Bowl, and this week people are petitioning for a unique halftime performer, SpongeBob SquarePants. All right. In an early episode of the animated series, SpongeBob and his friends perform a rock ballad at the halftime show called "Sweet Victory." Well, now one fan wants to make it a reality to honor the show's creator, who passed away this week from ALS. The Change.org petition had about 400,000 signatures about an hour ago. It has since gained about 11,000 more.
There's also a Broadway show, SpongeBob. Did you know that?
I did not know that. There's a SpongeBob movie. There's everything.
SpongeBob is he's a thing.
For sure. All right. Well, frigid temps in much of the country forcing animals to look for shelter. New video shows a 4-legged friend politely being asked to be let in. A homeowner in Illinois woke up to knocking at his door and found this unusual guest, a large buck, staring at him. At times, you can even see the buck wipe his hooves on the mat, almost like he's ready to come in the door.
Or like he's ready to get for a sleigh and start, delivering Christmas gifts.
Absolutely. That could have been it, yeah.
I know, looking for Santa.
Either way, you should have opened the door and just let him in. What could happen?
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
A lot could happen there, and a lot will happen this week weather-wise.
Yeah. You got
lot.
You got the whole 8 days of Hanukkah planned out almost in the forecast.
Yes, I do. Ooh, that was a good one. All right, so let's get to this weather, show you what's happening as we move through the day today and then the next couple of days. Here's a live look outside from the Stratosphere camera looking west toward Red Rock. How gorgeous of a sunrise do we have? Current temperature 43 degrees. Calm outside. As we move through the day, I do believe the wind will pick up a little bit, about 10 miles per hour, and it will be coming from the north, bringing down some cool air. Sun will set officially tonight at 4:26, really this afternoon. 4:26 is when the sun will set. Here are temperatures right now. Henderson, the cool spot here, 36 degrees. Everyone else on this map in the low 40s. 43 degrees for Las Vegas and North Las Vegas. Boulder City, 41 degrees. Summerlin this hour, 42 degrees. And Centennial Hills checking in at 43 degrees. All right, so what's going to happen as we move through the day today? Well, we're going to warm up, but not all that much. 54, 55 degrees expected to be the high temperature today around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Also at that time, we're going to have a nice breeze out of the north, making it feel a little cooler. Then as we head through the remainder of the day, of course, we're going to cool down. And tonight we are really going to cool down. Low temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Here's a look at the futurecast, the sky cover, as we move through the next couple of days. Lots of sunshine expected today. I stopped it at Monday, 6 a.m. Few clouds moving in tomorrow. Today, though, a full deck of sunshine expected for the entire valley. Then as we move through Tuesday, maybe a cloud or two coming into the picture, won't bring us any wet weather. As we move into Wednesday, that's when you're going to see bigger, thicker clouds moving in, and these clouds mean business. These clouds are in advance of a system that will bring us wet weather as we move into Thursday and then clear out as we move into Friday. But this system right here, it's going to be a slow one. It's going to really change things up. Before we get to that system, let's talk about what's going to happen today. A cool wind out there, 55 degrees for a high temperature. Low tonight, 37 degrees. As we move into Monday, a decent amount of sunshine, but even cooler, 52 degrees for a high temperature tomorrow. As we head into Tuesday, a few clouds are expected. There it is on Wednesday. Thicker, bigger clouds coming into the picture. High temperature, 55 degrees. Wednesday night, we could start to see maybe an isolated shower or two, but the bulk of the wet weather is coming on Thursday. We will have rain in the valley. We will have mountain snow. High temperature on Thursday, 51 degrees with a wind. Expect to use your umbrella on Thursday, almost guaranteed. Then as we head into Friday, the system slowly pulls out. There will be clouds lingering. There may be an isolated shower in the morning. By Saturday, we should be totally dry and a high temperature there of 56 degrees. Tom?
Sounds good. Thanks, Gina. Well, we will be right back on Good Morning Las Vegas, but first, let's head up to New York for a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
Good morning, and coming up on GMA, the nation continues to honor the life and legacy of George H.W. Bush. President Trump canceling his press conference yesterday and announcing plans to attend the former president's funeral. What we're learning about the details of upcoming memorials this week. Plus, Alaska in recovery. Anchorage and the surrounding areas begin the cleanup process after that 7.0 earthquake that rocked roads and shattered homes. And finally, how one family's playful holiday display caused panic when a passerby saw a dummy dressed like Clark W. Griswold hanging from the roof and called 911. How the Christmas mix-up found a happy ending. That's all coming up on GMA.
Welcome back. Well, Payless Shoes finally found a good reason to pay more. They were actually punking social media influencers. The retailer set up a fake luxury store called Palessi and loaded it with their discount footwear at ridiculously high prices. They then invited prominent social media fashionistas who raved about the sophisticated footwear made with high-quality materials. They even paid $200, $400, even $600 for shoes that were normally priced only between $20 and $40. Eventually, Payless let them in on the joke, refunded their money, and even let them keep the shoes. Well, how much cash do you normally carry? You probably have more credit cards than dollar bills in your wallet. It's just another sign that we're headed towards a cashless society. Scripps reporter Annie Taylor looks at the pros and the cons.
We've all heard the saying that cash is king, but more and more stores are going cashless. So that means leave your cash at home and you gotta bring your credit card. Meet the new cash register. At Bonobos, a men's clothing retailer, their point of sales is this iPad.
That we go to our payment.
Store manager Sarah Sigris says during the holidays, it's a lifesaver with shoppers.
They don't have time to wait.
A time saver is a plus, and so is safety. Sarah says she feels safer not having cash in store. According to an FBI crime report, nearly 40,000 burglaries happened at retail stores in 2014.
Our point of sales, individually is each of our terminals rather than one location, like with a safe with a bunch of money or cash or coinage just to make change for people. That's completely eliminated for us, which is really nice. So there's no, smash and grab. So our total will come up here.
Time is money. Sarah says by only taking card, it saves them time at the end of the day counting cash.
Opening and closing, we're probably saving maybe up to 30 minutes a day.
Bonobos is not the only store going cashless. Chain restaurants like Tender Greens are too. Airlines like United and Delta don't take cash on flights anymore. Even fitness studios like Bar Method only take plastic. But most of us aren't even using cash. Only a quarter of all Americans paid with cash at retail stores back in 2016, and the trend keeps growing. But here's the problem. Cashless hurts some low-income people and people with bad credit. Or what if you've maxed out your credit cards? So if cash is the only way you can or like to pay, there are ways to get around this. Get a prepaid credit card at places like Walmart or Target or grocery stores that sell cards like American Express gift cards so that you can load cash onto them.
Makes it really easy.
Sarah says, just to be clear, cash is not dead.
Every now and then we'll see somebody with cash, but it's usually not an issue.
But it just isn't king. I'm Annie Taylor reporting.
Well, rising housing prices in the valley have people going pretty far away to try and find a better deal. They're going to places like Indian Springs, where multiple homes are currently being built. According to the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors, houses in places like Pahrump are selling for about $50,000 less than the average price of a home in Las Vegas and neighboring cities.
Massive demand for product. We have a lot of people relocating from California to here. We have a lot of people that prefer our tax structure. There's a huge job market, job growth in Southern Nevada. There's a lot going on.
Now, according to Zillow, millennials in particular are more likely to deal with a longer commute in exchange for a cheaper home. Well, Amazon users around the U.S. say the company is using more part-time drivers to deliver packages, and their items are showing up damaged. And one family was able to catch a driver behaving badly on camera. Check this out. Watch as an SUV pulls up to this home. Moments later, you see something fly out the window. The homeowner says that was her Amazon package. She found it lying in the driveway after her husband nearly ran it over. Thankfully, it was just filled with DVDs. Amazon says it plans to investigate, adding that it has high standards for delivery and they expect every package to be handled with care. Well, an update now on a story we first brought you last week. We have a better idea how a worldwide insulin shortage could affect you. The study found that by the year 2030, 40 million people could be left without the life-saving drug. Here in Nevada, more than 12% of adults have diabetes, and tens of thousands more have the disease but don't know it. Dr. Dahlia Wax says one of the best ways to address that shortage is to reduce new cases.
For those of us that have genetically, predisposed diabetes, make sure we catch our diabetes early. If you catch your diabetes early, hopefully then you could get by taking the medications, the pills.
And Dr. Wax also says we have to combat obesity, we need to exercise more, and eat healthier to prevent diabetes. Well, we will be right back with a final check of your First Alert forecast. You're watching 13 Action News, where you get breaking news fast and first. Stay with us.
We have a really nice Sunday in store for you. Current temperature 42 degrees. If you see a cloud today, consider yourself lucky. A whole lot of sunshine will be around, but do not let it deceive you. We will have a nice breeze out of the north, bringing down some cooler air. High temperature today, just 55 degrees. Tomorrow's high temperature, just 52 degrees. It is cooler than average for this time of year, and it will stay that way leading up to a big storm. That happens on Thursday. Rain and mountain snow is expected. Some wind is expected as well. I do believe this Thursday storm will bring everyone in the valley wet weather, and as you see there, mountain snow as well.
With that 7-day planner, all you need is one more day. You would have all of Hanukkah planned out, right?
I know.
I have a feeling that 8th night is probably going to be pretty similar, though, to
it could be. I mean, you're getting pretty good at this weather thing.
Yeah, I am. You better watch out, Gina. All right.
You better not cry.
All right, well, thanks for making Good Morning Las Vegas a part of your day. GMA on up next. We'll be right back here at 8 o'clock.